Rebel Can is teaching all kinds of food preservation, including the old way.
If you like our content, please share us to your social media. It really helps our channel grow. For today's recipe, you're going to need hard-boiled eggs, pickling spice, and vinegar and salt. So today, Rebel Canners, welcome, and I'm going to show you how to pickle eggs with a couple different recipes. So stay tuned. I'm going to get my eggs boiling and peeled and my brine started, and we'll come back and talk about it all. Thank you, Rebel Canners. So 1.5 quarts of vinegar in our solution to start. 2 teaspoons salt. It would be better to use kosher, but I like pink Himalayan. So there's 2 teaspoons of salt, and I'm using 2 heaping teaspoons of pickling spice, and this one is very heavy on the allspice berries. Okay. And Rebel Canners, if you need to make your own pickling spice, check out the iCard above where I show you how to make your own pickling spice blend from scratch. So we got our eggs all peeled. I'm rinsing them off. The Instant Pot turned them a lovely funky color, but that's all right. I don't know why it did that. It's never done that before. Of course, the stark white colander makes it look even more funky. I think these ones will be perfect for turmeric when we add the different spices. But the first one we're going to do is just the plain, so we'll show you that. So they're all rinsed off now, they're all peeled, and I'm going to put my prepared brine up to boil. Put my eggs in my gallon jar. These ones I am not going to can. I will tell you how to do that, but this one I'm just going to put in the refrigerator, and we're going to use this first batch relatively quick, so I don't need to water bath them. If I was going to go ahead and water bath them, I would put them in quarts and water bath them for 20 minutes. So here we go. So there we go. We've got our eggs in the gallon jar, and the brine is over here on the stove. I'm waiting to bring it to a boil. As soon as it comes up to a nice rolling boil, I'm going to go ahead and pour it over my eggs. I don't have any help with the camera today, so it's going to just be a catch as catch can with the camera job, but I hope you understand. We're just kind of talking you through the steps. So again, I made my brine, got it all ready. Now that my eggs have been peeled and they're all ready, I'm going to get that hot to a boil, pour it over. I didn't make quite enough eggs to fill this gallon, but like I said, this batch I just wanted to kind of test some recipes, so I'm not real concerned about processing them yet. Some of my other ones I'm going to be processing. With this first batch, I know my kids are going to eat them before I can ever get them processed, and I don't want to waste the lids when I know they're going to eat them all. So we're going to test some different recipes for you, but if you want to water bath them, you would put them in quart jars instead of the gallon, or pints, and then water bath for 15 or 20 minutes, depending on the size of your jar you use. And so just waiting for that brine to come up now. And checking in my refrigerator, I had just a little bit of cauliflower, not enough for a whole serving of anything for anybody raw, and so I am going to go ahead and throw that in there and pickle it along with my eggs because my kids love pickled vegetables. So there's a quick tip. You can kind of use up a few things you have around too. Okay, Our brine is not quite to a full boil yet, but it's starting. We'll just wait till it gets to a nice full rolling boil, and then we can go ahead and pour it into our gallon jug and put the whole thing in the refrigerator and let it set. And it's just going to get better with time. If my kids will leave it alone at least a couple days, it'll be pretty good. Okay, so we've got this up to a nice full rolling boil. I'm sorry I can't film myself actually pouring it, but I'll show you when I get it turned over there. I wish those kids would leave my tripod alone. Okay, it would have been ideal if I'd had enough to fill it up to here, which is what I would have done in the quart jars, but this one is really just going in the fridge. So I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on. It'll probably seal, and then when it's cooled to room temperature, I'll go ahead and put it in there. And you can see the cauliflower's all kind of floating in there right now. Spices are down there with the eggs. This is going to be so yummy. So if I'd have done this in quart jars, I'd have done to this headspace here at the top. I'd have put the prepared lids and rings on, or one-piece lid if that's what I had. Put them into a boiling water bath and process them in quarts for 20 minutes. I'm not going to do that because I want refrigerator ones. So as soon as this cools, I'm going to put it in the refrigerator. Again, I'm going to let it set for 3 to 5 days before I let the kids get into it. Give them a time to really suck up that juice and take on the flavor. And there you have it, Rebel Canners. This is your most basic recipe. We're going to test out a few more. I'm going to do kind of a series on pickled eggs because I think there's as many pickled egg recipes for canning as there are canners who pickle eggs. But this is just the most basic recipe. Now these eggs are preserved for the refrigerator for several weeks. Just like this, or you could can them and keep them for much longer. So whichever your preference is. But there we go, easy peasy, nothing to it. If you can, boil water 2-3 times, you too can make pickled eggs. Have a good one, Rebel Canners. See you in the next video.